Alright, so today what I'm going to talk about is a knot for flipping heavy mats and punching vegetation. It's a knot that you're probably not familiar with, but it's a knot that a lot of the top level pros and a lot of anglers that really use and do a lot of mat flipping use to get an extra edge on the fish when punching mats. And it's a Snell knot, so it's a little bit different than your normal Polymer or trilene knot. We're going to show you how to tie that so you can learn how to do it and catch more fish from the mats. So here's the rig with the special knot, your heavy tungsten sinker. When you apply pressure when setting the hook, it always makes the hook to push out to the side, which is going to help you get better hook up and catch the fish's mouth. So here's the heavy Tru Tungsten sinker with the regular Polymer knot, and you see when you set the hook, that hook just stays in the same line and it just stays there. That hook just stays in the same line and it just stays there. It just stays there. It doesn't really help you or hinder you get a better hook set. With the Snell knot, when applied on a straight shank hook like this, when you set the hook and apply right to the fish, it pushes the hook out and changes the angle of penetration of the fish's mouth. And that's what the key success of the hookup is. So when the fish grabs it, no matter how he grabs it, when you set the hook, it ensures you a better hookup in getting a piece of that fish's mouth with the hook. Let's talk about what you need to set this rig up so you can get punching mats and catching more bass. The first thing you'll need is a heavy braided line, somewhere between 50, 65, maybe even 80-pound braid. Then you're going to want some kind of a stop. You can get some inexpensive bobber stops. I really like the Tru Tungsten Smart Pegs. You need a heavy Tru Tungsten sinker, somewhere between 3/4 ounce to 1.5 ounces to help you punch the mat and get that weight through. You can go anywhere from probably half, 3/4 ounce, all the way up to 1.5 ounces, depending on the cover you're flipping. And then you're going to want a straight shank, heavy wire hook that won't bend, and you need that straight shank so you can tie the Snell knot. And this is part of the key, and so you can tie that Snell knot to the straight shank. You don't want an offset hook for this. And then your favorite flipping bait, whether it's Gambler Cricket, Sweet Beaver, Jackal Cover Crop, whatever your favorite thing is. Something compact that goes through the cover, doesn't have a lot of appendages to catch on the vegetation and cover. So let's tie the knot. We're going to use one of these bobber stops because it shows up a little better. So you slip that through the loop, pull the bobber stop over your line, get that up your line, grab your tungsten weight, thread that through, push that up your line. Then you get your hook, and you want to come in from the top side of the hook and pull a tag line out, line up the shank of the hook, you form a big loop, give yourself some line to work with, and then up by the shank of the hook you're going to form a little loop that you're going to pinch between your finger and your thumb. Then you're going to bring your tag line out along the shank of the hook. Then you're going to wrap several times, getting your tag line around the hook and the tag line with the loop, usually about 5, 6, 7 times. And kind of bunch up your loops so they're up close to the eye, making sure you get over the barbs on your hook. And then you're going to pull from your main line end, and that's going to pull down your loops tight onto the shank of your hook. And then to tighten it, you pull your tag in, and that cinches everything together. And so what you end up with is several tight wraps around the shank of your hook right below the eye, and then you can trim this off to the desired length with a sharp scissors. If you really want to be extra sure, you're not sure, you can put a little dot of super glue on there to make it hold. And that's how you tie the knot. That's how you tie the knot. So then put your favorite flipping bait on your craw or on your hook, and pull your bobber stop and your weight back down on your hook. Then you can see you get that action that you want on that hook.